Hi, welcome to Rooted Hearts Homestead. My name's Kim, and this is our life. Good afternoon, exciting things happening at Rooted Hearts Homestead today. So, we didn't tell you guys this, but a few weeks ago, we bought a rabbit. So, we had our rabbit from before, Pixie, but we decided to get a boy. His name is Patrick. We bred Pixie and Patrick 4 weeks ago, and tomorrow is due date. But today, I popped in here to look at Pixie, and I found some hair in her nest box. So Pixie is prepping for babies. She is not the friendliest rabbit, but I'll give you guys a little peek. You can see that she's pulled out hair and put it in the nest box, and she's put all this straw in. She's got a mouthful of hair right now. There's hair everywhere, but typically that means a rabbit is imminently going to give birth. I have also seen, oh, there she goes again. She's posturing a little bit, which makes me think she's in labor. She is pulling out more hair with that, but she was just sitting with her hind legs a little bit forward. She is preparing things. We are ridiculously excited. This is Beth's adventure, and she is the one who is in charge of the rabbits. She takes care of the rabbits every day, twice a day. She's out here checking on them, feeding them things. And we really enjoy Pixie, and even though she's not the friendliest rabbit, she's done really well here, just in her pen and doing her thing. She is a year old, so we waited a long time to breed her, because we weren't sure exactly what we were going to do. She's giving her dandelions her favorite treat. We weren't exactly sure what we were going to do with Pixie. She came to our farm as a, would you be willing to take a rabbit? And so I asked Beth, and Beth said,
yes.
She likes rabbits. They're cute. I started looking into rabbit as a sustainable meat source probably 2 years ago, and decided I didn't know if we could handle butchering rabbits. After doing the meat chickens for 2 years, I'm like, yeah, we can do this, no problem, not gonna be an issue. It's something that you just learn to do, and their meat is actually supposed to be pretty tasty. I personally have never had rabbit meat, so what we decided was, let's get a boy. So we got this beautiful boy here. And say hi, Patrick. Now he is a full-bred New Zealand, bought from a person who that's what they do. They breed rabbits, and they said to me, if your doe is not a New Zealand, you may not get good meat rabbits. From what I understand, I'm pretty sure our rabbit is a mixed breed, mixed with New Zealand, like somewhere in there. So what our plan is, we're gonna have rabbit babies. That is imminent. She is gonna have them probably within the next 24 hours. And I would not be surprised if I get up in the morning and there's babies in that box. Then, we're gonna raise those babies. I just found a homesteader's best friend, a zip tie. Probably because somebody was using them. Then we're gonna raise the babies for 8 to 10 weeks, see how it goes. I have an extra pen that I figure if we put some fencing on the bottom, we can get that ready to go for the baby bunnies once they're away from mom. That'll allow me to pull that mobile pen through the garden paths that I have created, and they can eat all of the walkway in the garden and keep that down. So they'll be moved once to twice a day, dependent on how many babies there are. Once they reach the 8 to 10 weeks old and they get to the proper size, we're gonna try butchering them. You know, when we started chickens, We knew nothing. Absolutely nothing. And now, well, now I can feasibly think about having 75 meat birds in 1 year. So we're gonna see if we like rabbit. I don't know that we will, but I also don't know that we won't. I would say one of the most exciting things on a homestead are all the babies. It's fun, even if we know that the plan is to eat them and have them in the freezer as meat, it is still a blast raising those babies and having them with the knowledge that we're not going to have to take care of them over the winter. We will sell some of the rabbits if people want them, and we'll put them up for sale, but the main plan is to go ahead and put them in our freezer for meat this winter. I am working on garden paths. We have a huge garden plan, and I've put out some stakes, as you can see, for places, but my kids are getting super confused. The dogs are walking on plants, and so I'm actually putting in paths with wood chips in between my spaces. So come watch us put in some wood chip paths. Oh my goodness gracious. I am legit out at the mulch pile, hiding to have a conversation with you. It is so crazy at my house. So, let's start with the rabbit. Pixie had her babies yesterday. When rabbits have their babies, you're supposed to count the kits and make sure that they have full bellies. I did that, and I counted 10. I was shocked. I'm like, 10? I had done rabbits before when I was a kid, and 8, 6, that's kind of what I figured, but 10 was a whole nother level. Today when I counted them, there were only 8, and there were no babies hanging out anywhere else. No clue what happened. The only thing I could think is that I double counted 2. They are really wiggly. It's, I guess it's one of those things. You know, I don't know if she had 10 and ate 2 of them. It's disgusting, but they do that. So, that happened. This morning, I come outside to find that a child did not do their chore and put away the plants for me. Normally, I help her do it. There was only 2 trays. So I was like, hey, could you do this by yourself? Okay, Mom. That was all my cucumbers, melons, peppers, eggplant. And some squash. So that was a little devastating. We did have a freeze last night, so it got cold. I was actually really worried the bunnies wouldn't be okay, but from everything I can tell, they stayed nice and warm. We did pad around the nest box with straw and then underneath the nest box, so it wasn't like air coming up underneath, and so I think that helped. But there was no helping my plants. They died. I'm gonna give it a couple days to see if they come back, but I am not hopeful. I could direct seed, and I was planning on direct seeding some anyway, but the idea with growing some before is that you get some already pre-grown and then you also direct seed. So I may try and get some plants from a nursery, but not sure what I'm going to do. A little devastating. Also last night, crazy Tuesday. Also last night, our sink drain plugged. My husband has been working on it for an hour. Now, my husband used to be a general contractor, so he does know what he's doing. He cannot figure out what's going on with the sink, why it's gone wrong. So it's a little noisy up at the house. Otherwise, I'd be up at the house shooting this instead of way back on our property at the mulch pile. I've been working all afternoon on the garden paths, and what I do is I put mulch, a thin layer of mulch, on the garden paths, and then I'm able to kind of map out where things are going to go. Using the stakes is good, but it doesn't provide a long term because I don't have enough stakes. So I've got the stakes to use to start, but then I have to finish with garden paths, and it's actually looking really cool. I'm really excited about it, and I'll show you guys a quick walkthrough tour of my garden.